Hey guys, quick video on the upper control arms. It's a Speedway setup. This is a Speedway adjustable upper control arm setup for a modified circle track car. That's basically the setup. This has heim joints. It's not the best application for a street car. Just a heads up, these heim joints do wear out. They are noisy. Just giving you a heads up there. Okay, so these are swedge steel tubes, okay, and then this is a collar for the a screw-in ball joint. This is a Moog K77 ball joint. I got a standard Moog K77, but you can get them in different lengths. You can get them as rebuildable ball joints, believe it or not. There's a lot of different options there that are pretty cool. So this is basically it. This is this is how it's adjustable. The reason why I like this is because this is at an angle on this cross shaft, okay, and the cross shaft, that's the thing that's kind of got me. I didn't, I wanted to make sure that this would work, because I had to modify the cross shaft, and I had to grind the backside, and I had to grind the control arm mount flat to use this cross shaft. Working with another guy, Michael Klotz, and he's going to make a cross shaft for us that's going to be even better than this. Okay, so this setup is pretty straightforward. So this is a 5/8 left hand and right hand thread, okay, and then you have your lock nuts, and this is a swedge tube. You can get them in different lengths. You can also, if you want to you can get them in different lengths by 1 inch. If you want to grind a 1/2 inch off of one side, you actually can. A lot of guys do that in the circle track world. Just anything more than that, and you shouldn't. This whole area is threaded, and it's threaded well, and it's very easy to adjust. And yeah, it's just because it's been tried and true, and it's been used in racing applications. I feel much better about using this setup than using Bibani's setup. You can see in my other videos, I had an issue there. Now that I finally have his control arms off of the truck, when I took them off, I realized that when I took this bolt out, there's only like a 1/2 inch of like a tiny amount of thread, like holding his control arms together. Just something else that, just really kind of irks the shit out of me. So if you're really desperate to really get these going before Michael Klotz makes his own cross shafts, I would suggest waiting for him, though, because he'll probably have this whole setup all ready to go, and ready to go out of the box, instead of dealing with Speedway Motors, placing your order on the phone and spending like an hour with them on the phone, because that's how long it's going to take for them to figure out exactly what you want. Because you got the switch tubes, it's a different setup, and then getting the correct heim joints. You also want to get the best possible heim joints, because it's such a critical spot, and they do tend to wear out, so you just want to get the best ones possible. Okay, so this was for Chevy. There's pretty significant amount of work involved. I had to drill a different hole here, and yes, this is a slotted hole. Yep. And I had to drill a different hole here, and then I had to do a little bit of grinding to the back side of this, because there's a flat space on this upper control arm, but it ends here, and then it starts to bump out, and then I had to grind down the bump out, and it's pretty solid. It's a thick. It is aluminum, so I'll be watching it carefully. Otherwise, everything else is great. This thing is really solid, really nicely well-made piece, and this stuff is relatively inexpensive. The cross shaft is relatively inexpensive before having to do modifications and stuff to it. Michael Klotz will have an even better setup. Like this doesn't have to be so wide. It could be a little bit narrower. Just food for thought. Okay, and while you're here, I guess you could take a peek at my rack and pinion setup. Okay, so, and then this is also my sway bar setup. So you get the sway bar, and this is the stock hard body sway bar with a thing that I quickly welded to it, and then I have some holes. I also have an S15 sway bar. That's probably what I'm going to use. So this is a Subaru WRX rack and pinion. Okay, and I'm in the process of finding the perfect location for it. So it's going. I'm playing with the alignment and how it affects bump steer based upon me placing this rack and pinion higher or lower, and front to back to check the Ackerman, because I want a slight little bit of Ackerman. If you're drifting, set it up with 0 Ackerman. That's usually the best route. And believe it or not, let's see, this is a stock setup. Believe it or not, these splines are the same as Nissan, so it's pretty straightforward. Just need another U-joint going on there. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it. All right. Yeah, if you got any questions or anything like that, go find the Nissan Hard Bodies groups on Facebook, and then you could just, I don't know, just ask any other questions that you have. But I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's a Speedway setup, a bunch of stuff that you can get in stock, and we'll also have something ready to go, like turnkey for a upper control arm setup. All right, thanks.